Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your favorite online arm wrestling show, Hellboy Arm Wrestling Entertainment. So you see it's a little bit dark here in Germany, it's Sunday evening, and today we're taking a closer look to East vs West Part 2, the event happening yesterday, and last week we did some predictions, and now we are doing a small analysis about the event. So in general, we had a fantastic event. So a big thank you to Engin Terzi and the Turkish legend and his team for stepping up such a huge evening. So it was on pay-per-view. I heard that there were some problems with the streaming, but I guess they fixed it in the evening. And if you're still interested in the matches, you can still buy an account and then rewatch it on coresports.com. Yeah, and also like a big hands up to Yannis Armolins and Coach Ray. Both Latvian guys took an amazing job in hosting and in commentating the whole event, and also like all around the world the arm wrestling YouTubers spent plenty of hours on YouTube to live comment the event, so huge announcement to them as well. Yeah, so fantastic card, good refereeing, and it was very quick event, so not big breaks in it, which was good to watch it. So big round of applause go to Turkey for this. So before we are talking about the matches I predicted for you, first let me give some big round of applause again to the surprise of the evening, in my opinion. It was a match between One Bars of the USA versus Zoloev from Georgia. His name is a dream for every Scrabble round, and I learned it pretty hard, but this match was pretty amazing. We have on one hand the man from the US, so he's active since the 70s, nearly 60 years old, nearly, so 59 years, I guess so, and plus minus 100 kg. And on the other hand, we got the Georgian young man, Georgian and international champion. And in my opinion, the guy from Georgia was the big favorite in this match, but it was very tight. So we first saw 2 rounds, 2 points from One Bars with different techniques, and then the empire of Georgian arm wrestling struck back, and we saw a 3-2 for Zoloev, and he won this match. But big respect to both athletes there. Never expected this from this older man there to do such an amazing performance there. And if you have the chance, rewatch this fight between young and old. So let's start with the main event. We got Brzenk versus Zoloev, USA versus Russia, the US legend versus the Russian legend. So we got on one hand Brzenk, a little bit more than 100 kg at the moment, so, and nearly 58 years old, so the Michael Jordan of arm wrestling. And we got on the other hand the man from Russia, the multiple European world and Slotty Tour champion, so both big names on the table. First in my prediction video I thought it would be a tight match, and I was thinking that with a win for Hachi at the end, but it was completely different. I never expected this, and many of my colleagues on the World Wide Web expected this not as well. So we saw a dominant performance of Brzenk in every position. First round he took Hachi back in the hook and then made the first point, and even the second round also like did the same to him, gets the second point. So Hachi got, especially after the second round, some problems with his injured elbow. He had these problems on the last World Cup, WAF World Cup, and was not able to pull the final on this. But between this he also got a dominant performance versus Todd Hutchens on East vs West Part 1. So I expected first that he don't have any issues with this one, but the problem came back. But issue or not issue, injury or not issue, John was so dominant. He first in the last round especially, he was first in the hook, and then he did the can opener, open to the top wall, and then makes it 3-0 and the victory for the US American legend. Pretty dominant. Never expected this, but huge respect to both athletes, and especially for John's amazing comeback and performance. And we also got Michael Todd versus Genadi Kvikvinia, both very heavy guys. I guess Genadi was 10 kg heavier than Michael, and we also got again USA versus Georgia, and that was some kind of redemption match. So both athletes came from heavy defeats. Mike lost against Devon Larratt. He tried to win against him some months before because he wanted to get a shot on Levan Zaginashvili and to prove himself as the best arm wrestling champion of the world. He won the WAL, he won the Arm Wars, he won the WAF some years before, and he tried to prove himself as the unpredicted #1 of the world. And you know what happened, so he lost against a very well prepared Devon Larratt, but he also said by himself that he was very good prepared, and I hoped that he will bring this shape back to East vs West Part 2 against Genadi. Genadi himself lost against Gasparini, got some big problems with his wrist in this match, don't won any single round in this match, so that was permission, or that was a prediction before the match, and I thought that it would be a tight match, but with at the end of the road with the winner Michael Todd, and then we saw a dominant performance of Genadi Kvikvinia. In a couple of videos before, he said that he has the key to beat the King's move, and he showed this very impressive. So he dominated Michael Todd's wrist in the first round. He was a little bit faster and won the match without any doubt the first match, but in the second match Mike was a little faster, but Genadi had the option to break up his wrist and won also the second round yeah, that was a big surprise for me and for all people as well in the room. And then in the third round Genadi had everything on his side and made the third point and dominated this match and won this match. And that was pretty surprising, because before Mike was on position in the world ranking #4 and Genadi was between 10 and 15, so something about this, and now everything is a little bit mixed up. So Genadi will climb up the ladder and Mike has to begin on the bottom, I guess so, and I guess a match with Levan will be very far, and Mike has to begin on the bottom, unfortunately. But we will cross fingers for you, and we hope we'll see you soon back on the table, monster, and congrats again to Genadi from Georgia. And we got Erten versus Ernest Gasparini. We had on his home game the man from Turkey, Arif, multiple Turkish and international champion, EAF champion as well, very strong, fast, technical, very good. And we got on the other hand the man from Italy who came directly from a very dominant victory versus Genadi Kvikvinia with his steel wrist. And before he lost in the first round of top 8 versus Alex Kulicha from Ukraine or from Poland. Yeah, and so it was before, and I expected that it would be a closer match, but at the end of the day, Hermes had a fantastic match, very dominant victory without any problems, and he got an answer for every technique Arif delivered on the table, even in Turkey, in his home ground. And I'm pretty curious what we will see this year from the young man from Italy. So bravo, muito bravo for Hermes. So let's talk about Artyom Morozov from Kazakhstan. First he had to fight versus Cody Merritt from the US, but Cody wasn't able to travel, and so we had no East versus West. We had an East versus East because Engine did an amazing job and replaced him by Ievgenii Prudnyk from the Ukraine. So Ievgenii, a third place at the last top 8 tournament. Many years ago he was also WF and EAF champion, and he was facing the young man from Kazakhstan, who is not so well known in the world of arm wrestling at the moment, but that will definitely rise. And yeah, for me Ievgenii was the favorite in this game, and on this game we saw the big difference between top 8 athletes and the rest of the world in the super heavyweight division. Ievgenii had an amazing performance in the hook, in the top row, in every kind of position, and won 3-0. I expected that maybe Artyom would make a point, but no chance for him, and a 3-0 for Ievgenii Prudnyk from Ukraine. And we also got Chance Shaw versus Sandris Sedis, USA versus Latvia. So in this match, Chance Shaw, the man from the US, was definitely the underdog. He came to Turkey with some couple of weeks preparation in Sweden versus the Latvian wonder, the Slotty Tour champion, and it was a little bit surprising, especially in the first round, because both men were top rollers, but in the first round, Chance did a pretty amazing job in the hook, was close to the pin pad, but then fouled himself out by an elbow foul, which was a big pity. And then after this, Sandris was in the game, was rake, and dominated the next matches, the next 3 matches with 3-0 and with a great performance in the top hole. At the end, the result was predictable, but Chance did a big performance, so big round of applause to my buddy. And I'm pretty sure that both of these men are definitely some arm wrestlers for the future. And we also got an unpredictable match of the evening, a grab bag, like a box of chocolate, you don't know what you get. It was Todd Hutchens versus Jordan Sonyev, USA versus Bulgaria, and we saw a fantastic dominant victory of Todd Hutchens. He came after a big defeat versus Zoloev with 3-0 from the last East West, and he did his redemption as well. Had a fantastic, dominant, amazing match in his huge side pressure from every position. Won the match with 3-0. Yeah, so fantastic. Also, big congratulations to Todd Hutchens to the US. Yeah, and in general, it was a fantastic evening. So big thank you and big round of applause again. So I can't stop to applauding to Engin Terzi and his team, also from Core Sports, for a fantastic evening. I hope next time they will fix the problems with the live streaming. And then we will be very, very curious for East vs West Part 3. Would love to fight in this format one day, so in a lighter class. And yeah, what's your opinion about the whole evening? Did you saw it? What are your opinions about the matches? Did you want to see any other matches in the future? So leave a comment, leave a like, and stay clean. You're Hellboy. Boom!